Hello, snakes. My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday once again, and we are going to go over. It's a continuation of last week's podcast. We're going to go over creature type batching. So, creature types. Uh, so, so, the creature types. Um, there are different batches of creature types that aren't officially batches, but they should attribute them, into their own batches. And I'm just gonna list a few, batches and stuff. I mean, some that are, on the cards, maybe even create a new creature types from batches. And yeah, because the only batch for creature types we have right now is outlaws, and that was just in Thunder Junction. But there are like different batches, not for creature types, for different like modified creatures or like creatures plus one of the cards, equipment, auras and stuff. But now we're just gonna go over the creature types, and we also have some bonuses as well. So stay tuned to the end. Let's go in to the number 10. We have animals. Animals should have its own grouping. So for example, animals would be, spiders, boars, bats, bears, birds, cats, dogs, frogs, jackals, lizards, mice, otters, rabbits, raccoons, rats, squirrels, turtles, and wolves. And maybe a few other animals could get added in there, like, snakes, and there's not sure about sea creatures, like, fish. So maybe I mean, it could be entirely different. I mean, who knows? Like, that's basically just, animals. I mean, there are a few cards that work with like animals, like um, as you can see there, but there are no like, but it's not there's no like card. So I mean, that's basically um, uh, animal. I mean, look at this, animal mayhem. There could be. There literally it could be called animal, like the specific typing for this. I mean, it would just be animal. So I don't see why not. I mean, it makes perfect sense. And yeah, let's go into the next one. Sea creatures. That has been in numerous different cards. I'm kind of surprised this hasn't become a thing. I mean, krakens, leviathans, octopuses, serpents. Sometimes merfolk is featured in some of these cards, but I mean it depends on the card. And yeah, honestly, like, it's it's crazy. I mean, like this, if outlaw is like one group, there's gonna be another group which is for sea creatures, because they'll still make more cards like this, like whelming wave. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, sea monsters, sea creatures. I mean, it's like, krakens, leviathans, octopuses, and serpents. I mean, sea creatures could be another one, like fish, starfish, jellyfish, etc. But, well, who knows? So, yeah, that's basically whelming wave. I mean, not whelming. I mean, the sea creatures grouping, because there's like a bunch to do this. I mean, merfolk could be in. Let's go to the next one. Dinosaur. Why don't they just ditch the dinosaur creature type and make it like prehistoric animals, or dinosaur, like, and have different. So for example, you'd have T-Rexes and Stegosaurs and stuff. I mean, or maybe keep the dinosaur creature type and have it a new grouping for prehistoric animals like that are similar to like maybe bring back the mammoth creature type. I mean, even though like dinosaurs and mammoths are not from the same era, but I mean, you know what I mean, like prehistoric. I mean, but historic is a grouping for artifacts, legendaries, and saga. But I mean, but honestly, like like the pterosaurs that are there are pterosaurs, pterodons, but from what I heard, they're not actually dinosaurs. They're like prehistoric lizards that that existed in the same period as that. I was like, what period was it? I mean, was it? This is a Jurassic. Hold on. Pteranodon. What period? They were the Coniation period. So basically, like before the Cretaceous period, and and yeah, they're like pterosaurs. They're not. Don't. But anyways, yeah, it's I don't know. It's honestly debatable. I mean, you could argue that there could be like different because but maybe dinosaurs would be the same as like because as I mean maybe they could make a reptile something like dinosaurs, turtles, snakes, lizards, etc. I mean it's honestly up to interpretation. Let's go to the next one. We got spellcasters. I mean spellcasters could basically be wizards, warlocks, spell shapers, clerics, and maybe even shamans. I don't know. I mean it's debatable. I mean there were cards that like had like like it wasn't like not a bad. I remember there's like hold on. Let me just. It was like typo coupling. It was for example. So wait, what was the? Wait, I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe that wizards, warlocks, spell spell shapers, etc. I mean, so yeah, spellcasters, cleric, druid, shaman, warlocks, and wizards, and a few planeswalkers. I mean, but so I mean, there were some there's that were like like learned occupations, advisors, monks, and artificers. But yeah, that's basically spellcasters. Let's go to the next one. Beasts. Another creature type that could be turned into a batch instead. So instead of having beast, you could have like the different types of beasts. Like for example, Balofs could be one. You could also have what else? Chupacabra. I mean, there's only two, but whatever. What else? So you go on. So for example, specific types of beasts. You got the Anurids. I mean, they could make an Anurid type. I mean, there's the the war beasts that the apps send you, that are you know like that are but honestly that no, it's just a beast. I mean, what all right. Anurid, um what else? Avrats? There's like, are there more Avratses? I don't remember Avrats. Wait. No, there's like only one Avrats. Never mind. I mean, there's Baloff. I mean, Baloff has to be a creature type. Same with Anurid. And are there more Binots? Let me just see. Yeah, it's the only Binots. I mean, they're like, I don't know. Pretty sure it's Cerodon. I do remember there were like more Cerodons, right? I mean, but basically, yeah, Cerodon. That's one. I mean, there's not many Cerodons, but whatever. And what else? There's like no Gargadons, I think. Yeah. Maybe. But honestly, I don't know. I mean, Gnarlids and other stuff. That's basically, you know, the the different beasts that, you know, they could implement different if they, you know, focus more on that, but who knows? Maybe they'll just be left as beasts forever. Let's go in to the next one. Divine. So divine would be, you know, like gods, demigods, and avatars. Since, you know, avatars can also, you know, be like gods in a sense. I mean, you know, like the Ur Dragon, Arabo. I mean, Corona's not really like a god, but still an avatar and still very powerful. But like, you know, demigods, there's not much demigods, but it could be, you know, but demigods are not gods. I mean, they could, like, you know, qualify, you know, gods, demigods, and avatars into a divinity type, because there are still multiple avatars, and like, you know, got world souls and other stuff. I think I do believe, you know, divinity should be, you know, like a coupling, a group. So yeah. Next, we got undead. Undead. So undead would be, you know, zombies, skeletons, vampires. I mean, maybe spirits, but spirits are like separate. I mean, they're like phantasmal, like spirits, illusions, etc. But zombies, you know what I mean? Zombies and skeletons are the main, you know. So yeah. And I mean, undead should be a thing, honestly. So yeah. Let's go to the next one. Alien. Why did alien even become a creature type? Like, bro, there are like honestly, the definition of like alien is like different. So I mean, if like they consider, so this creature type, I mean, honestly, does not really. I mean, they could, like separate, like if Doctor Who, for example, I mean, even though he is, like from a different planet, he's from Gallifrey and stuff. He's not considered like he's a Time Lord Doctor, not There we go. All right. Sorry, accidentally hit my LAN cable. So I mean, aliens. You got like Daleks. I mean, they could make Dalek. They could make creature types for for the silent. I mean, silent could be. I mean, I don't know. Some could be alien. I mean, some could be they could make the. I mean, for example, Infinity aliens. Could be. I mean, that makes sense. They could stay alien because they're like Infinity. But for example, Doctor Who and and Edge of Eternities. For example, Davros could be like I mean Daleks. I mean Autons, could be Autons, but they could be aliens. Who knows? I mean, they could leave it at that. What else? You got the Sontarans. You got the Cybermen. What? Yeah, Cybermen are they? What else? Oh, the Weeping Angels, of course. Yeah. Wait. Where the Cyber? Oh, Cyberman's a creature type. Never mind. But I mean, they do technically, like I mean, Cyberman. I don't know. It's just my opinion. They could leave. I mean, they could leave the. They could keep the alien type, but they could do more classic, more like, and also have like its own grouping. Like aliens, Daleks. I don't know, whatever. But it's gonna be but it's more like universes beyond focused. So, yeah. Next one, we got Desparked. Desparked would be quite the issue, as it is literally one that would rely on watermarks. So, watermarks have not been really, like, established in official Magic. It's only been, like, silverboard or play tested. So, Desparked would be, like a type of creature. I mean, would be that used to be a planeswalker in the lore. Like for example, Khaled, Nisa. I mean, you could include both Desparked and Sparked planeswalkers. You could have like as like planeswalking or something. I mean, whatever. But it would really rely on the watermarks because in the future, when they make more cards off based on the Desparked planeswalkers, they don't have the Desparked watermark. So newer players that have missed the events of March of the Machine may not know about the Desparked planeswalkers. And planeswalkers like Obnitzes, for example, who formerly had the Spark, lost it and then gained it again. I mean, there could be an issue regarding Obnitzes. I mean, because he lost the Spark twice, like, and there's other planeswalkers. I mean, like that are canonically planeswalkers, never got their own planeswalker cards. I mean, old walkers, for example. I mean, planeswalkers as a card type has only been established in Lorwyn. But planeswalkers have always been around in Magic lore. Like, in the past, they used to be like near omnipotent gods or something, even surpassing omnipotence. But now they're more like well grounded. Even though some can still be very powerful, like Nicol Bolas in War of the Spark. So yeah, that's basically desparked. Now for the last one, we got fighters like barbarians, warriors, and berserkers. So a set that may feature barbarians and berserkers and stuff. I mean, or warriors in general. I mean, they could like group them together as like a fighter type. I mean, soldiers and knights are different because they're like like established into like an army or something. I mean, and knights are like higher rank. They're like they're technically like nobility as well. So, but barbarians and warriors and berserk are like completely different. So they're like reckless. And yeah, that's basically. I mean, there's only like one card that does groups them into like that. Lovis and CODZ, but there could be more in the future. Who knows? I mean, if they start introducing more barbarians, warriors, and berserkers into Magic, there could be like grouping. Now we got some bonuses, groupings that aren't really creature types. Typeless creatures. So creatures with no creature type. I mean, or creatures with a creature type creatures with a subtype that isn't a creature type. For example, shrine creatures, food creatures, clue creatures, etc., etc. I mean, it's I don't know how many there are, but there could be in the future. I mean, there was the full cycle of the Gaussian types, the Gaussian type commander, and other stuff. But for example, if they make more shrine creatures, food creatures, even equipment creatures, for example, they could make a whole grouping for creatures with a type that isn't a creature type. But they could exclude vehicles, because I mean, any vehicle that gets crewed will become a creature. I mean, spaceships, spacecrafts as well. I mean, but who knows? Who cares? I mean, I don't know if they would do it, but it would be fun if they did. That's why I put in the bonus section, not in the top 10. And now for the second bonus, we group artificers and artifacts in a crafts selection. Like create an artifact or an artificer. Like if, for example, enchantment creatures and aura creatures. No. Enchanted creatures and enchantment creatures are grouped together. So why not have artificers and artifacts? Like grouped together. Artifact creatures and artificers. Could be, like a typing, for example. Like, it would be strange, honestly, but who cares? I mean, it would be fun. Like, other artifacts and artificers you control get +1. That would be cool. I mean, instead, just put like other artifice creatures, like artifacts and artificers, like that. But anyways, congratulations. You've reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like and subscribe and follow Vianjay, share friends, stay tuned to the videos, streams, and podcasts. Podcasts will be live as Tuesday 4:30 GMT. So stay tuned to them. Watch my other videos too. And maybe tomorrow I'll be live streaming one last time before I travel. But I don't know. I mean, honestly, it depends on my mood and everything. I mean, and I'll probably live stream at the event. So don't miss it out. Who knows? I mean, anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And bye.